Well, let's see if anybody saw my little notice that I was coming back soon. And now is soon because I'm back now. I'm back because I'm back. So anybody around? Anybody around yet? Ah, that's good coffee. Actually, I started drinking coffee really for weight control when I was younger. Now I started running every day, and that was really better than coffee. So I run 5, 6 miles a day. But now I can't run as much. I don't know if you heard, but now I'm doing bicycling, and I bicycle about 20 miles a day now, and that keeps me down. But I still have to fight that weight every single day of my life, man. That's what growing up as a fat kid or a it does to you. Hi, Frank. Listen, did I answer all your questions? So I wonder if I did. I know you had a lot of them. Or anything else you want me to elaborate on? The questions I asked, answered on in Let's Go Help. So let me know. Now, where is, oh, okay, we have somebody on Facebook. So it's just Facebook and Let's Go Help. Because there's a lot of people on not Facebook, I'm sorry, YouTube. A lot of people on YouTube are still trying to figure out how to get into Let's Go Help. So that's when, Frank, green is the sign of genius. You know that. Wow, I didn't know that. I just, oh, let's see. Maybe you can see the whole thing. I don't know. I I got 20 of these left or something. I'm going to give more. John Kennedy, there you are again. Wonderful. Did we answer your questions last time, John? Um, Frank, so you got all the stuff? Writing, writing from my college library. Oh, you're a student. What are you studying, John? Yes. Okay, good. What are you studying? Actually, I got an MBA back in the 70s. I thought I need an MBA to do anything. Yeah, because I was a terrible student. Liberal arts, good. That's grow that brain. Yeah, skills you could trade, associate. Skills you could learn on the job. Graduate. Oh, graduate in what area of liberal arts, John? What area? What area? Area. What area? Graduate, liberal arts. Yeah, I came back on the military and had the GI Bill to pay for my grad school, got an MBA. Then it took me two failing businesses to unlearn all that stuff they taught me in MBA school. Right. And back then, when they taught you, if you need money, you go to the bank. Yeah, that's crazy. It's never like that. History and government. What do you want to do with it? Anything special, or are you just improving your depth of knowledge, which is really important? I think we all have to keep our brain growing. What branch of service? Navy. 3 years, 2 months, and 9 days. Went to OCS. Almost flunked out twice. Actually, not flunked out. Threw me out. Improving KN. What's KN? Knowledge, I guess, maybe, huh? Improving knowledge. Good. Yeah, yeah. That's what we keep doing. And that's what is fun as you get older, too. Like me, man, I learn every day. That's what's so nice about 2008. 2008 was when everything changed in our life. That was the beginning of the iPhone, too. And that's when we had the crash. Everything was going on. And that's really the tipping point about all the new things that are happening, now in our country. And so we all have to learn. I made a lot of money before 2008. Now I have to learn all over again. That's fine. It gives me something to do, something to challenge, man. If you don't have a challenge, man, you're going to do nothing. And you're not going to stretch yourself. And then if you don't stretch yourself, you don't grow, then you atrophy. Is that the word, John? You know that. You just waste away to nothing. Yeah, if you want. Studying Cold War. Ooh, yeah, I lived through it, didn't even know about it. Russians were like, devils or something, studying the Cold War. Yeah, it was funny back in the 50s, the Russians were like, I remember I had a Russian friend then later in the 80s, and he would say, "See, I have no horns." Yeah, stuff like that. It was interesting. CJ, hi from San Diego. CJ, I think I answered some questions for you. Did I get them? Okay. Did you get the answers? Do you have any more questions about it? Because I know this is CJ on James. Hi. On Let's Go Help. So I have Let's Go Help and YouTube folks. John, CJ, access to my congressman. What office do I need to connect with to legally money from this office? Well, actually, what the congressman and every elected official can do is help you get money from government agencies. That's what they're able to do. So when I say, I use headlines, like clickbait, trying to get people interested, because if people don't get interested, then I can't teach anything. So a lot of headlines, be careful. They're clickbaity-ish. But what do you want to do? It depends on the subject. But when in doubt, go to your congressman, your U.S. congressman. How do you find them? Well, you could just call your library. They would know. What I do, because I'm looking for congressman's office all over the street. If you put find your elected official, just Google this, find your elected official. And then you'll see a website, Common Cause. Do you ever hear of them? They've been around for a long time. Common Cause has a website where you could just put in an address and they show you who your elected officials are. So it's pretty good. And that's what I do. So you go there and then you find, and then when you get there, you find you'll have your Senate, presidents, senators, and all that. Go to your congressman's office. Okay, now go to their website. They'll have a link to their website. And what you want to find is the office locally. You don't want to call Washington. You want to call the office locally, where you are. Say I don't know where you are, CJ, in San Diego. So you call that office, okay? And ideally, what you should do is you'd like to make an appointment to go down and talk with somebody about what you're looking for help with. Say you want to start a business. So and you want to know what government programs could help you start a business. So you call your congressman's office, make an appointment with somebody. See, these people on the office, you're not going to talk to the congressman. Congressmen have staff. And that's all the staff does, is help people like you get stuff from the government. Because then when you get stuff from the government and they helped you, you'll vote for them forever. So, and that's how the system works. So the rich people know that, and they use it all the time. So now you should do that too. So the more you can see, calling your congressman or any government agency, what you have to remember, they get paid whether they help you or not. Okay, so they get paid the same paycheck no matter how much they help you or not. I'm a 25-year-old veteran with a business. Great. Okay, you're a veteran. That's good. They'll talk to you too there. So that's where you start, CJ. Now, another thing I would do, in San Diego County has something called Veteran Service Office. So you want to Google this, Veteran Service Office, and then put, is the county San Diego County? What is the county out in San Diego? Whatever the county is, put that, San Diego, California. Then you'll see something, and make sure it's .gov, G-O-V, okay? And when you get that, then contact them and go over and see them. The more you go and see these people belly to belly, the harder it is for them to, hey, try this and that's it. It's harder to flunk you. It's sort of like seeing the teacher after class to make sure she passes you, because then you say, oh, he's not so dumb. I could pass him, even though the grades don't show it, but he's a good guy. Okay, let's go. What do you do when you need to find a place to rent within a few days and you have HUD voucher, but can't find someone to take it, or is it a private owner? Okay, so you have a HUD voucher and you can't find somebody to take it. Okay, what to do now is call 211, because there's emergency money and things like that. So if you're hurting for help like that, James, you call 211 right away. If you can't find anyone to help you there, then what you do is you call, again, your elected official, man. If the agency doesn't help you, then the elected official can find an agency faster than I can. Because they do this kind of stuff all the time. Does that make sense to you, James? But don't, like I say in the title of this thing, see, you're going to Google stuff, and that's why Google makes us lazy, because we think we'll find the answer, and it doesn't. The answer is really in calling people, talking to people or whatever, because you don't understand the jargon. On most of these websites. I registered a Utah nonprofit corporation. I'm still working on my 501c3 tax exempt status for it. I would also need to look for grants for my nonprofit too. Yes, okay, for your nonprofit, Robert King in Utah, okay, whatever's going on and register a nonprofit, don't worry about it. Just keep it going. Forget, spend as little time as possible on that part and start spending all your time looking for money. Now, money, that's that hard part. Becoming a nonprofit is just time consuming. There's no real magic to that. The hard part is where are you going to get money from? So take all your time and do that. If you remember Let's Go Help, I give you a report that shows you the best 10 places to get money for your nonprofit. Let me talk to some of them now. If your nonprofit is trying to help people in, I have to see my teacher. Oh, okay. You have to run now, John? Okay, I'm new here. Okay, Robert. So if your nonprofit is something to help the community, maybe you want to help kids in the community, you want to help veterans, you want to help senior, you want anything. You want to start after school, you want to start a pizzeria to help the community, but nonprofit. I don't know what's your email? Email is Let's Go Free Radio. If you don't hear from me in 2 days, beat on me, LESKOFREERADIO@gmail.com. Let's Go Free Radio. And here's the service where I answer these people first, okay? www.free.letsgo.com/Let's Go Help, okay? Because Let's Go Help people, I answer first, and I really could only promise them even 48 hours. I just do a lot of stuff, and it's hard. 211 is social services, and they say if you're facing homelessness, to call 911. Boy, that's stupid. Okay, well, can't hurt. Call 911, see what they say. Free radio is Cold War technology. Yes, that's Radio Free Europe, Radio Free America. Yes, we used to broadcast like that all over the world like that. USIA, U.S. Information Agency. It was a radio free thing. Yeah, you're right, John. Maybe that's where it came from. But I was thinking free in another way, and Let's Go. And I was doing radio at the time again, or broadcasting, like podcasts and stuff like that. So it sort of made sense. And being a guy 75 years old, radio is still in my mind. I like radio. Or actually, and this is like radio, but video. And I like video too, because I can wear my suits. People don't see me with my suits on radio. So that's a problem. Okay, so back on your nonprofit. So where you want to go first is call your county government, and your county government has an office of community development at your county government. Okay, and they give out community development block grants. Community development block grants. Every year they pass out this money, billions of dollars, and to people who want to help the neighborhood. Okay, and so if you're one of those, that's one of the places. That's just one place. I mean, there's lots of places. The government has contracts all over the government for grants for nonprofits and contracts for nonprofits that are only set aside for nonprofits. You want to be a real estate investor, okay? Then there's grant money for nonprofit real estate investors, and stuff like that. There's just too much, to say. So that's why anything anybody says about the government is probably right. Oh, it's really complicated. Yes, some are. Oh, it's really easy. Yes, some are. But 90% of the money the government gives out is only on 2-3 pages, fill in the blanks. That's why never worry about getting a grant writer. You don't need a grant writer, okay? All the time. So when that happens, then there's offices that will help you write it. And actually, the people giving you the money, their job is to help write it for you too. And people don't realize that. They think it's us against them. No, it's not even their money. They're just giving out somebody else's money, your money. They're giving your money back, all right? That kind of thing. And that's it. Sean, what's your email? Okay, you got that. What was the other? Okay, the nonprofit in Utah. You have enough? You have another corporation working on any 501(c)(3) tax exempt. See, and actually anyone thinking about becoming a nonprofit, I wouldn't even become a nonprofit first. I would first look for money. Have an idea in mind what you want to do. Because see, that's why Google wastes your time. Google, is a time waster because you'll put, I want to start a nonprofit, and then they'll have all these companies say, well, you have to do this, you have to do that, or whatever. No, you have to get money, and that's it. Everything else is detail. It doesn't matter. And you're going to spend all your life figuring out all that other stuff and then get the money, and you'll be broke by then. No, 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 no. You go get the money first. Where are you going to get the money? Because that will tell you more about your nonprofit and what it should be than any expert helping you become a nonprofit. You want to know the horse's mouth. The horse's mouth is the people who give out money, not the people who spend your money. The people who give your money are the only people you should listen to. You shouldn't listen to people like me or anybody else that tells you who's charging you money. Something is wrong with your email. I can't get in. You can't get in. I don't know how do you get in my email. You just, the email, Lesko, Lesko, free, FREERADIO @gmail.com. Is that it? Do you see that? Let's go free radio. Yeah, that's right. Oh, and yeah, MAIL. Mean it bounces back? What, Sean? Is that what's happening? Means he can't log in. Well, no, you don't log into my email. You have to log into your email and send me an email to that address. Yes, what? It bounces back? Huh. Let's go. Add Gmail. I'm gonna go. I was writing my email. I thought I was stupid. I have to write in Gmail. Oh, well, I'm still getting emails here. Okay, why don't you try this, Sean? Try freelesko@gmail.com. Okay, freelesko@gmail.com, if that works. I don't know why Lesko. John, if you're still around, why don't you try that too? CL, do you have any more questions you need help with? What about the HUD rule against running a business from your home? What HUD rule running a business? Is that in subsidized housing or what? Is there a way around that? Yeah, you just do it. And with chance of what kind of business? If you're doing a massage parlor, that's probably a problem. Yeah. If you're doing an online internet thing or whatever, I'm sure that's not a problem. But I don't know. Have you talked to HUD? Or does HUD own your property or whatever? See, there's too many things in the middle that I don't understand. But find out from the owners or whoever runs the property what the rules are. What kind of business? I mean, that can't be true, that no kind of business, because 30% of the people now make money on gigs on the internet. 30%. That's how much people are making money on the internet. Okay. Now, there's a Federal Reserve report out that shows all that. So 30% of the people are making money through gigs on the internet. It is the gig economy. And see, what's great about the gig economy is that it's a place to get work. It's not a place to earn money as an entrepreneur. It is, but you're a contractor. So you're doing work. And that means it costs you nothing to get this money. Yes, it is a rent company. I asked and they said, no, even a nonprofit. But it depends on what kind of nonprofit you're doing. I mean, if you're running a business out of your home where customers are coming in and things like that, yes, you're right. But how? And I would just do it. And you put an address somewhere else. You put an address in a post office box, so you don't have that as an address. So that people get think, and you do everything through the mail and online. Then nobody knows if you're doing homework or you're doing making money. I don't know who you asked. Is it a rent? Yes, it's a rent subsidy. Okay. And I asked and they said not. Yeah, because what they say as a business is, I would just do it, because as long as nobody's coming there. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. Yes, that's been around since I was your age, John. probably longer. Uh, yes, but I mean, I don't know what kind of nonprofit you want to do. I know this has nothing to do with my nonprofit, but I would like to live in South Africa someday. I would like to run a business there and a nonprofit that helps disabled people there too. Well, I think, when I hear things like this, I mean, it is, you got to concentrate on stuff. See, the problem with a lot of people have, and I do too, there's so many great things you want to do. But you can't. You only have so many of you. You only have so much time. It takes time to learn anything. It takes effort to learn something. That's why Google gets you sucked in. Just give me money and I'll solve all these problems. What happens, you go get the money, give the person money, and then it's probably still doesn't work out. 9 times out of 10, it still won't work out. And then you're lost without the money and without doing that. So that's why you have to not be lazy and try to figure out things, how to do things without money. Like the nonprofit, maybe you could do the same without even being a nonprofit. I mean, what kind of nonprofit do you want to be, Sean? Oh, that was Robert. I'm sorry, Robert. What kind of nonprofit do you want to be? What do you want to do? What is it? Help you think through that. I was helping somebody today, and if you go to YouTube, or actually on the club, I just put up a video on how to become a internet marketing expert with no money and no expertise. That's right. No money and no expertise. Let's see. I mean, I'm already on disability and I've been really sick and need to find a place that will accept us within days because I cannot live in a car. Is there a certain grant or something that would recommend? Yes, there is. See, your county has emergency money exactly for that situation, okay? People who are going to lose their home or be on the street. I mean, it's only like $1,000. It depends on where you live, James. So call your, either 211 and say, where's your county? It's either in the county. Every county has a different source for that. So you're looking for emergency money. Emergency. You have a housing emergency. Maybe that's the way to do it. Housing emergency. Okay, you have a housing emergency. Find the offices near you for housing emergency. Your county government would know. Here's another place. You want to know the community action agency. So you could call your library or 211 or something like that and ask for where is the local community action agency. They handle problems like this too. Every county has these things. So go to it, okay? It's basically a comic collectibles shop that would benefit children's charities. Oh, that's your nonprofit? Well, I wouldn't have a shop yet. What you want to do with okay, here's how to do that to me. Okay, no, you can't run that out of your house, okay? Because people have to come and buy it and stuff like that, and that's silly. So what you want to do is find a nonprofit, go to a church, go to somewhere, a community group that you could work with and run the nonprofit out of them and share the money with them. See, that's the way to do something like that. So you have even like Boy Scouts or anybody has a club or whatever. How do you find those clubs? Your library. Say, I'm looking for all the nonprofit clubs in my city. They'll show you how to get that list, And you start getting a list of 50 of those people and you start talking to every one of them. I'm looking for a partner to run the club because I can't run it out of my home. Okay, and that's it. How to do that, like Mozambique or South Africa. Okay, now, John, if what do you want to do? See, the thing is, you want to go. Okay, if you want to move to Mozambique or South Africa, I would right now. Here's what to do: you contact the South African embassy. Okay, or Mozambique. You talk to them and you find out how to immigrate. They may have money. A lot of these countries now, you give you money if you come and live there. You never know. You have to ask. Don't ask me. I don't know how to spell Mozambique. let alone know what's going on there. So that way, you ask the people in their embassy know that. So you could just call the embassy, get their phone number, on the internet, you get their phone number, ask the library if nobody knows, tell them you're looking for information about immigration. And what are the benefits? What you want to know is the benefits of immigrating to South Africa or Mozambique, okay? So you want to know that, to see what that's about. What do you mean, Robert? What? I think I lost the train of thought. Okay, Carroll County. Oh, Jimenez, you're Carroll County. What do you need to know? Fantasy. I mean, I'm already on disability. I have I've been really sick and need to find a place that will accept us within days, except I cannot live in a car. Is that okay? Oh, well then Carroll County, yeah, they have those the same offices in your community development office. It's usually at the county level. So you contact your county or call 211. I don't know if you called 211 yet. And again, if one doesn't work, don't say it's not there. That means you have to go somewhere else. So you have the kinds of offices you have for that kind of help, James. It is 211, your library, reference librarian, your elected official, your community, what was that? Community Action Agency, right? Community Action Agency, and your county office of community development. How are you? Oh, Fatimo, how are you? I need information on business grant in Los Angeles. Which business grant? Now there's nothing, most of the grants, I could send you all the sources of money. There's loans, there's grants, there's all kind of help. Is it a for-profit business? You were doing nonprofit before. Do you mean like the local library? Yes, they're very good. They know local services better than I would because they're there every day and helping people with those problems. And so every county, every city is a little different. So that's why you want to make sure you contact people like that because it's important. And like the fellow wanted to start a business today. He wanted to get like $10,000 to learn how to become a internet marketing consultant. Okay, so I said, don't do that. I mean, yes, if you have a lot of money and you could lose $10,000, okay, because that's an easy way. See, what people do on the internet, salesmen try to figure out what you want to do in life. I'll do it for you and charge you a lot of money. So what you know is that's the only place that you can get help to solve your problem. Okay, now because you don't know any of the options. See, Google won't show you the options that you could do the way you could do it for free because nobody's going to pay them. No one's going to pay Google to show you how to get that thing done for free, how to become a internet marketing expert for free. So you'll think that you can't. The only way to do it is to give this guy $10,000 or whatever it is. My problem is that they made it sound like I can't even run it from my cell phone. I don't have a car. Well, then, as I said, if you, they can't stop you from calling your phone. That's amazing. If you work with a nonprofit, as I'm talking about, you have to work with a nonprofit because you're going to have, if you're having comic books and raising money, see what you want to do. Here's what, now that I think more of it, here's what you do. You call all these nonprofits, okay? And you don't become a nonprofit. See, you just say, hey, I want to have a comic book clearinghouse at your place where people give their old comic books and then other people buy old comic books, okay? I guess that's what you want to do, okay? So now, and you share the money with that church or community group or whatever it is. See, you don't rent it out of your house because you can't do that. People have to come and give you comic books and people have to pick up comic books. So, that's out of the question. But you run it somewhere else, and you could answer the phone. I mean, I don't understand that. Just don't tell. So you're not running the business out of your house. You're running it out of this nonprofit that's doing it. So if you're into comic books, then you deal with something else that has that structure, so you don't have to build that structure. See, and to me, it makes perfect sense. I mean, because then people will more likely come to that place than come to your house, right? Who's this guy? No. So that's going to be hard. That's got a hard sell, right? But it isn't if you're hooked up with some other nonprofit, a church, community group, a nonprofit, whatever it is. Yeah, you'll find these people. Now that is what you have to do, and that's what you should concentrate on doing, because you're going to have to talk to 50 people. Yeah, you're going to have to make 50 phone calls to find somebody who's interested in working with you. Okay, you go to community meetings or whatever. Go to meetup.com, or look at the library when they have meetings. What kind of meetings they're having that you could go and see how to help. I mean, see what kind of groups there are. You'll be surprised that there's 150 nonprofits probably where you live. I don't know where you live, but maybe there's only 20. But that's enough to start. I need help to pay down my student loans. Yes, John. Well, what you should do now, there's a lot of ways. If you go to John, if you go to Consumer Finance. Consumerfinance.gov, okay? And then Google student loan forgiveness, okay? And that has a description of the forgiveness programs. And there's programs there, what you want to do. See, now what's happening, I think it looks like there's a lot of Democrats running for president that want to erase student debt. Just get rid of it. If you're making less than $125,000, you don't have to pay any of the student loans, okay? Now, we just did that for rich people. We just spent $1.5 trillion giving all that to rich people. So we want to spend $500 billion on the student debt, and it's crushing our economy. So that's a possibility that may happen. But what you can do is reduce your payments for a couple of years, because this may happen in a couple of years. So what you want to do is reduce them as much as possible, the payments. And that's why it'll tell you in that consumerfinance.gov and Google, and then when you get there, search for forgiveness on student loans. Now, there's other nonprofits. See, also, a lot of these people that giving you student loans are bad companies, and they've done bad things. And there's nonprofits that help you fight that for free. Let's Go Help members. I send you a free report on that, and all the free services to help you fight that. Love, why? How are you? Piggyback and establishment business, brilliant as always. Well, thank you for saying that. But that's how we all have to think, because we also literal, and that's why I think it's not really lazy. We don't know. It's Google that's making us lazy. It's making us lazy because it doesn't show us anything except spending money. And the people, just when you talk to them, they spend their life figuring out how to get your money. And what you have to do is just say no to anybody who's charging you money. I want to know another way. Okay, you got to work smart and not hard. Yes, you probably have to do both. And then still there's no guarantee. That's the other thing. There's no guarantee for anything anymore. Yeah, but it's fun if you're working on something you really want to do. That to me, what life is about is doing stuff that you want to do, not that somebody tells you what to do. That's why everybody's, I think, is so sick at work, because they're doing something they don't want to do. And actually, there's two things: work that you don't want to do, because you need to make a living, is make you sick inside, I feel. And also being professional. See, that's it. Being professional is not human. It's not human. So you're going to make you sick inside, because professional is not human. You've heard those people calling Comcast, can we help you anymore today? Have we answered all your problems? They don't care. You know that. That's why you just can't wait to get off that goddamn phone as fast as possible. So that's well, yeah, we're not going to solve all the problems, but it's your little world. Okay, so you have to do, and I think the way to solve problems or to have any effect change is by how you live your life and what you do. And we have control somewhat over that. We still have to feed ourselves. We still have to, take care of our family, whatever our responsibilities are. That's the most important thing. And that's why, to me, the gig economy is great like that, because that's easier to do. I mean, right now, you talk about the gig economy. Okay, here's a headline. Okay, the IPO. You know what an IPO? Yes, very bad work environment is. It's right. IPO. Okay, Uber IPO is worth $90 billion. So that's a company, Uber, that's been around 6-7 years, if that. Okay, is now worth $90 billion. Okay, you know how much General Motors is worth? 58. So General Motors has been around 100 years. I don't know, something like that, right? And one of the biggest companies in America. That's half of Uber. Yeah. And how many employees does Uber have? A couple thousand. That's it. General Motors has hundreds of thousands, right? This is where it's going. But Uber has 1 million or so people making money from them. Yeah. So that's what's going on. It's not the whole economy, but it's a growth economy. So you have, a company, like Uber only has a few thousand employees, but millions of people making money off of it. And it's twice as big as General Motors, which has hundreds of thousands of people and shrinking, right? So, hey, what train should I be on? Not the one that's staying at the station, one that's going somewhere. Be a slave with your passion project. Yes. Well, it's fun to work hard. I think it's fun to love hard, right? They're the fun things in life, loving hard and working hard. But you want to have someone to love. You want to have work that you love too, so you could work hard. Do you agree with automobile congestion pricing? I guess it depends on everything. I mean, anything, if it works somewhere. I mean, I think they do that in London, right? The problem they're talking about it I mean, I now moving back downtown in the urban area, and I have a scooter, a bicycle, and that's how I get around. Out in the suburbs, I had 2 cars, and now I'll probably keep going for a while, but probably not use it hardly at all to do around. Now we walk. We walk to the store every day. It's great. That's urban living. On the suburbs, you need a car. Unfortunately. Yep, it's changing, and that's why you get an Uber if you really got to go somewhere and don't want to have your own car. What are you going to do with the car? It's not the problem with driving. It's the problem. What are you going to do when you get there? You got to do something with the bloody car, and that's the hard part. So any other questions, guys? I got my son's in-laws are coming in, and actually they're going to stay at this apartment here. This is a new one of our 2 apartments here. I don't know if it makes any sense to you. We just did over. We have 2 one-bedroom apartments we live in, and one is, for one of us to work if we want to get away from each other, or for guests and stuff like that. Instead of a big house, which you had 4-bedroom house or whatever the heck it was. That we're renting out and living this way. So, okay, guys, don't forget, if I could help you 24/7 at Let's Go Help. So it's www.free.letsgo.com/letsgohelp. What site would you show HUD voucher accepted home? What site you think would show HUD voucher acceptable home? That's different in every city. I don't know. I mean, you call your housing authority, whatever. Right now, if you look, say you live in Montgomery County, Maryland. So I put Montgomery County, Maryland Housing Authority. Okay, then call them. Just don't look at the internet. You can't trust what you read on the internet because you don't know how to understand it. Somebody else writes these things and has something else in your mind. You talk to somebody. That's the way to get your problem solved, is with the phone. Where can I register my Masonic Lodge as a nonprofit? Well, you do that at your state and at the federal. So start with your state They have a, where you incorporate is the thing, and find out that if you call, here's another place to do. You just go Americas, AMERICAS SBDC.org. America's SBDC. You can get free help there for doing anything. When you go to that website, you put in your zip code, find a local office. Freemasons. Oh, they're free. Freemasons are free. They can build a fireplace for free. I need a mason to build a fireplace in here. Maybe what organization will help me for free? Okay, I told you that. Antonio, ask your brothers. Okay. Oh, you know Antonio? Wife or wife? Hello, let's go, friend and mentor. Oh, Oliver, how you doing? My daily battery. Yeah, I got to go down and see some people who are coming over to visit. So I'm going to have to leave you guys. But I'll be back soon. And like I say, you can ask me questions all the time on Let's Go Help. That's our closed Facebook group. And I give you websites for everything you need to get free. Okay. And, let's see. I love you, buddy. Thank you, Oliver. Okay, and we'll talk to you soon. Oh, I didn't even go. Oh, the salad bar. There's some companies like Amazon and the salad place. What's there? I go to there once in a while. Have like, you can't use cash anymore. They're changing their mind because it's discriminatory. They think that people are discriminated against who don't have credit cards. So that could be a problem, right? Okay, guys, thank you for putting up with me. And I'll talk to you soon.